New dawn, new day, more Rocket League to play, and only one way to advance. Find a way to a win. 0-0 ball game. Playmakers ball game, I like to call it. Thank you for the heart. We appreciate it.
That's Stizzy. Stizzy, highly mechanical Spanish player. And you know, when I say knocking out, I mean more in terms of a boxing analogy, because they're not out of the tournament yet. But
not yet.
You want to send them down there to that lower bracket. You want to make it to the top 8 right here, right now. And that is the goal as we are about to kick off Game 1, Dignitas versus Gen.G.
I'm curious who really gets that first chance at an extended stay on the attack. I mean, Justin showed some great defensive chops yesterday. We've always known he's been a great defensive player for so long, and he's always got a lot of flexibility, but that veteran's experience, kind of like what Farrah was talking about, you know? You play the game long enough, you kind of know what needs to happen, and he's going to need all of that today if he wants to take down a team like Dignitas for sure.
Sometimes you just got to fill the gaps, do what needs to be done, battle in the trenches, play the role. And Justin has been on the biggest stage, winning world championships before. He knows the job that needs to be done. But Gen.G to get a big result here against the favorites in Dignitas. Appjack tries to poke it up high. Justin down to the side. Magic Bear wanted to keep possession, but maybe a little too greedy.
And Gen.G continuing with that very patient approach that they took yesterday to start the series versus Team Secret as well. And it's curious to see, well, I guess not so curious, but not surprising to see them continue to have that deliberate, consistent approach to try and work out. That being said, Dignitas pressing hard, Appjack with a tough save off his own post, and Jorius will just get that ball out to safety.
It's a good start so far. Both teams battling for this possession. Cheese, an opportunity to control the ball, but he gave it away. Now this has put Gen.G in a really awful spot.
Good recover from Magic Bear. A tough spot's right. Magic Bear breaking out pass intended for Justin, but Justin was coming to get it. A little bit of a miscommunication. And Gen.G going to be left scrambling on defense as they delay at the midfield line. And Dignitas should have a pretty good look at pressing here.
Oh, the first goal of the series going to last year's MVP, Jorius. Jorius, you can see him there hovering, waiting, locks in that flip reset and is able to get the shot with enough power.
Unlucky. You can see Justin up that backboard trying to decide, do I have to keep going up? Do I got to come down? And gave it his best go. Unlucky bounce off the post, pings right back in. Dignitas score first. And got to say, apparently, Jack, excellent start to this series. Guy's been looking smooth, in control. Definitely a strong start to day 2 for him as well.
Justin trying to pinch pop that up. Got demoed for it. Now this is another shot opportunity. Gen.G's being a little bit greedy with these touches. They're trying to take control and paying the price.
That's an excellent job from Appjack in the corner. You know, he just says, look, I know I don't have the ball, so I'm going to try and put as much pressure on the defense as possible. Get physical. Don't worry about the play. Whatever happens, happens. And indeed, Stizzy playing tight in case the ball leaks out. Jorius sees the ball pop out and come all the way to him, and he's there to close and fill the gap, like you said at the start of the series. Great opening for Dig. You can't ask for much more.
And, you know, you appreciate the fact that Gen.G's trying to bring things down, trying to control it. But, oh, this looks savable. It does get back in time, but Gen.G trying to take those little extra bits of control. Sometimes it's backfired on him. Dignitas playing with excellent speed. Stizzy gets the reset. Late pass into the middle. It doesn't fool Magic Bear, but Gen.G still forced on defense.
And into the middle for Cheese. Good save from Stizzy. A lot of great rotation from Dignitas. They know we don't have to press anymore at this point. 2 minutes on the clock. You got a nice, comfortable lead. All you got to do here is control the game. And you can see Justin, this is what he started doing yesterday. I mean, he started really squeezing the goal line at Team Secret, and he's looking to run it back here versus Dig.
Back-to-back demos. And yesterday, these two teams we're the most demo-heavy teams in the tournament. You're already seeing that play out here in Game 1 as well. Justin with plenty of boost here, going for an air dribble 50, goes for a bump as well, but Jorius
and Magic Bear
was able to get there. And yeah, you can see a double commit. Cheese having to kick it into reverse for a little bit, does pop it up high, but has to follow his own ball, was going for a pass, but Magic Bear didn't have boost to stay in the play.
Magic Bear having picked up that mid-right boost pad, able to keep the ball in play on the blue half, but a little bit of a donation there from Cheese, just kind of slapped it out to Dig, and Stizzy trying to get creative, and that's actually off the post. Jorius, I mean, not going to be devastated that he didn't score. His team's winning.
It was a tight angle. It was a tight angle. It was a scoreable ball on a perfect shot, it looked like, but yeah, it was a very tight angle, and still more time being wasted. Dignitas' defense holding up, more demos coming out. Magic Bear was bumped off that ball. She's going to be trying to race back. It was a back pass, and it does stay in the Dignitas half. Gen.G really trying to make something work, but that is a massive clear. It's going to be a tough read. Apparently Jack couldn't get it on target, but was able to bounce it off the backboard. Now Stizzy misses the read. There was no double, perhaps because they thought Stizzy was going to get there. Maybe boost was an issue as well, but that looked to be maybe one of the better chances Gen.G would have had they committed to that miss.
Yeah, would have been in a difficult shot, to say the least. Unfortunately, just never really able to feel like they genuinely had a strong attack. I mean, yeah, that one goes towards net, but you're already losing by 2, and even then they were ready for it. So Dignitas, honestly, that game one didn't really feel like they broke a sweat. And to be fair,
it was controlled.
I don't think Gen.G really broke one either. And I think that's kind of the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, there were a few moments where Gen.G was trying to possess the ball and they made some missteps. You remember the touch from Cheese on the backboard?
Yeah.
He was trying to control it, ended up having the ball go out into the middle, and they ended up getting scored on. So, you know, then also just the mechanical ability of Jorius as well. That flip reset shot was very good. The demos from apparently Jack, and that demo really threw a wrench in the Gen.G's defensive plans. So, you know, all around, you know, I would agree. I don't think Dignitas broke a sweat. I think Gen.G, they were looking pretty good, but just a few missteps here and there that Dignitas was able to capitalize on. I think it's a classic feeler game in game one, but it goes in favor of Dignitas, and you know, now I think Gen.G going to have to figure out offensively what they're going to do to mix things up.
Yeah, and it's surprising because you look at, you know, Dignitas being so spread out on that pitch. You know, it's a lot of space to give up, and you'd think that that kind of patient approach from Gen.G would bode well. It'd be like, okay, they're given a lot of room. You know, there's a lot of space to work with, but the execution just doesn't quite feel there when they really need it, or perhaps the attack is starting too soon. And Gen.G may have to find some tweaks there and just say, look, we can't just press just because we got the room. Maybe you take it down, dribble it on the floor, conserve the boost as you push that up, slow it down, and Justin trying to do just that. But like here from Cheese, this is a big moment. You got to find a way to keep the ball through this 50, and even better, how about into the net?
You call him out, and he steps up. Cheese getting the touch, staying behind the ball. This is a great 50. Stizzy, he's trying to get this ball to the corner. I think Stizzy maybe could have had a little bit of a better angle on that 50, but you could see him jump up high originally. Yeah. Maybe trying to shut down the high option.
Felt like Stizzy definitely jumped early thinking, look, I got to take away, you know, top left corner of the net, maybe try and see if he goes to the backboard, and just showed you hand a little bit too early. Got punished for it. Justin, 0 boost, decent 50, and he's going to be out of the play for at least a little bit. No boost pads out there in that corner. And Cheese, once again, tasked with buying a lot of time and not enough bought. Justin hard cutting, even though there didn't really feel to be a whole lot of pressure coming from Dignitas. Like we said, pretty far spread out. The heat's not coming immediately. Gen.G doesn't really have to rush in that situation.
I think Gen.G does do a pretty good job of not panicking. They do their best to try to maintain possession, keep control, even if it doesn't work out every time. And you can see Magic Bear grabbing the corner, faking like he's going to pass it around. Now fakes off the ball completely. Somebody does get a hand up, but I like the creativity on the fake from Gen.G. And Justin actually tipped that ball, which messed up Cheese's read.
Classic Justin try, though. You know, that wouldn't be the first time we've seen him go up to the backboard for some heroics. Unfortunately, threw off the scent from his team a little bit there. Magic Bear. Great timing on that boost pad to spawn. He's got 100 on his transition out. Flip reset through 1, through 2, and Stizzy will finally get it out to safety.
And there's a pop-up pass to Cheese, who scored on a 50, tried to get another one there. This is looking much better for Gen.G, but a miss on the read from Cheese. However, Magic Bear, they're first, going to play the 50 again. We're seeing a lot of 50s from Gen.G. They're really leaning into playing for him.
Liked seeing apparently Jack try and tweak the angle late on that challenge he took at the midfield.
Oh, another demo, and there's the surprising that was the first demo of the game, when last game we had 11 total demos.
Oh dear.
And now on the other side of the field, no defense back for Dignitas, and Gen.G will pick up their second.
Yeah, not much to say there from Stizzy. 2 men, 0 boost, sidewall battle. Guy with the ball won. Who could have guessed? Great job to get behind it, dig it off the wall, put in the go ahead insurance goal, so good for them. The Gen.G, I mean, great start to game 2, but it doesn't really feel like they've, well, I guess Cheese earned his first one, but that second one, I don't know. We could.
But you know, they have been playing, I think, really safe Rocket League. Like, we're seeing Gen.G just trying to break them down. I think that's the way to play. I think
with the lead, absolutely.
And just in general, you see a lot of teams, you know, especially European teams, take that approach. Just break down until you have that open net. You know, we do. Obviously, mechanics can play a part here and there, but I love what I'm seeing from Gen.G so far.
Great game 2, no doubt. Can't complain about a 2-0 scoreline. As Stizzy trying to up the pace a little bit here, Dignitas feels like they know they got to get the engine going quick if they want to find a way back as we hit that 2-minute mark. Like to give themselves a lot of time to find an equalizer, and that's a bad hit. Just tips off Justin's nose. It's going to send Gen.G all the way back, and Dig's going to take a lot of room here.
This is good for Dig. Big bump as well from Stizzy. Dorius late to the scene, still gets a hand up. And a very lovely 50 from Cheese to get that around.
Appjack trying to slam the door on him, and now Cheese wants the bump, and Dorius, great job. A little bit of acrobatics getting around a tough 50 in his own net. Finds a way to break out. Stizzy with a flip reset. Second touch, and great patience from Cheese, not panicking. Hard one off the backboard. Here comes Dorius, top right corner, and dinged away.
Really tried to slot that one perfectly. Was so close. I mean, it was a decent rip. The net was open in that top corner. Had it been slotted perfectly. But Dorius just off target.
Bad hit.
Still another chance.
Double. Yeah.
And you felt like it was coming to Chiefs.
Yeah, you see this clear. It's a ball out to Magic Bear. He gets his 100 boost.
Oops.
But, yeah, you just that's a donation. It's a tough ball. It doesn't have the heat to really get Magic Bear through the corner. It went to Magic Bear, not through him. So Magic Bear accelerates past the ball, can't keep possession, tips it right back into his box, and just like that, Dig right back in the game. A minute on the clock is an eternity when you've only got to score 1.
Even play at 0 seconds. Gives you a chance. Dorius pushing it forward, goes for a 50. Justin on his own back wall, down to the ground on a dribble. Slowed down by Stizzy, but Magic Bear right behind Justin to help out. Dorius tries to control it off his own back wall, and it gets hit back to Stizzy, who goes into an air dribble, but he's bumped off the ball. Pass over to Appjack. Appjack maybe going for a double there. But it was shut down very early. Good defense. Oh, redirect from apparently Jack, who fell off the radar of Gen.G.
And Stizzy kind of got forced into taking this challenge at the midfield line. He knew Justin was behind him, so he kind of just jumps, makes his best hit, and way to get it out towards your teammate. Appjack making a big play with 0 seconds. Gen.G, though, you can't have that one go in.
I love the fans' reaction compared to apparently Jack's reaction on that one. Appjack. Cold-blooded.
Yeah, he is ice cold. Straight competitor through and through, and finds a way to get his team back level and see if he can push him to a win.
Gen.G winning majority of this game, giving it up here late. We'll see if they can get the lead back or if this one will have to go into overtime. Demos coming out in these final seconds. Stizzy goes for the fake. Cheese will pop it up. Last chance for Gen.G. Cheese has plenty of boost. Pushes it upfield. Dorius trying to get it down to the ground. Appjack won't play it, and we've got overtime.
Appjack going for that pixel perfect exact redirect into the net. If you miss it, you miss it. It's okay. You didn't lose anything. And Gen.G OT kickoff in their favor, but lose the ball fairly quickly.
Dorius trusting Stizzy to deal with that ball. Joreous now jumping in. And that seemed like a missed opportunity for Gen.G maybe to intercept and go on a counter.
I just didn't understand why Magic Bear took his dribble touch and then just drove away from the ball. And Dignitas all of a sudden just get to fight for possession on the orange side of the field. Thankfully, they find a demo, and he gets to take a little bit of a step back.
Good speed from Cheese. Started off this game with a 50 goal. Justin going for an extra touch. This one's going to be high over Magic Bear's head. Right back to Cheese, who's low boost. Launches it high off the backboard, hoping for a misread, but apparently Jack stays on the play, gets another touch, but Magic Bear is there waiting, but the block sends it all the way back to midfield. Cheese is waiting. Stizzy stops it. Stizzy, the 50 back to Gen.G's corner now. Joreous has boost to work with.
Oh, scary challenge there, coming back through the midfield line, trying to channel a little bit of that Joyo energy in the Falcons game. Almost turns into disaster for Gen.G. It is wide, but you can see Dignitas really paying attention. Where's the open ground on the pitch? How do we get it there? And it's doing a great job forcing Gen.G to go left and right, and it's very easy to lose track of the flow of the game because you can get so sucked into staring at that ball.
Cheese. 50 by Appjack, who goes for another one. This is high above Gen.G net. A bump landed as well. Stizzy puts a light shot on, forcing a clear out. Joreous gets the demo, but also was bumped off the path of the boost. But it's an all-out battle right now for possession. Dignitas seem to have the upper hand.
Long way to go, and Dignitas very conservative there. You know, they didn't want to squeeze. They said, look, we know we have a slight advantage. Let's fall back for a second, grab 100 pads. We're going to have the numbers, and Cheese doing good work. Joreous gets caught as third man with only 12 or so. Thankfully, he's able to make a couple of great 50s and really keep Dig on the attack. Apparently, Jack to finish the job, and that's going to be 3-2 Dig, up 2 in the series now.
Jack, cold as ice. He gets the redirect goal that ties things up, and then the double tap to win it, and his reaction, just another day in the office.
Just another day on the rock for Appjack, you know, out there winning games casually. I gotta say, well done, Joreous. I kind of got scared seeing him as third man having to take that 50 with such limited boost, and did a great job to kill it, get back up, make a second touch. Appjack there to finish it. Really nice job from Dignitas to find a way to rally there, and yeah, you are kind of scratching your head if you're Gen.G. Feels like, you know, we're taking the time that we want to take, but just feels that attack has no teeth to it for Gen.G.
And for Gen.G, yeah, it's got to be even more devastating to be winning a majority of that game, giving up the lead in the last minute. And I mean, it's just apparently Jack's performance so good. He is one of the most clutch playmakers in the game.
What a shot.
He seems to rise to the occasion in those really tough moments. And then this one, the double tap to win it. Beautifully done by apparently Jack.
Gorgeous finish is right, and Justin trying his best. I mean, there's definitely some questions to be asked here for Gen.G. Down 2, and you felt like you kind of got exactly what you wanted in game 2. You tried to wash, rinse, repeat it from game 1 because you didn't want to make the change, but you go up 2-0, you think, great, we're in a fantastic spot, and then game just evaporates. You make one little mistouch in your own corner, get some back halfway there. The second one comes around, they make a good play, and you're even, and then you just lose. It's tough. And Dignitas, yeah, there's a reason they found their way into a grand final in Raleigh. Gen.G getting a small taste of it there.
Yeah, I think that the difference between Gen.G and Dignitas right now, Dignitas, they can play that safe Rocket League, but they also know when to turn it up, amp it up, go for some, solo plays, risky plays, know when to just kind of play for it all. Push the chips in.
Exactly. I mean, we were talking at the start of that game, too. It never really felt like the heat was there, and then they said, look, we got to up the pace a little bit, and they've started to hit that challenge a little faster out of the middle, try and up that pressure on Gen.G just a little. Paid dividends as they found a way back, and game 3 begins. All the balls in Gen.G's court need to find an answer.
G's stopped again. It's been a very aggressive series as well. 11 demos game 1, 11 demos game 2 as well. We're seeing lots of aggression. Also the boost battle being won currently by Dignitas. See if they can keep things going. Even though Gen.G was winning a majority of that last game, it still feels like Dignitas is always right there. They're in control, even when they're not winning. It seems like they have a plan and they're prepared to come back.
Good communication there from Stizzy and Jorius, figuring out who should take that challenge, but Dignitas kind of getting jammed in their own corner, but Gen.G not really there to press as the ball goes across the net, and actually it's going to be a shot here for Appjack. He can't quite get it on frame. Dignitas work out of a jam, and Gen.G just surprising to see them not really in position to try and press the attack in a 0-0 game when you didn't have a whole lot to lose. You knew how the 50 was playing out. It just feels like a hunt for blood, not there. Justin just coming up empty either way. A lot of defenders in the net, not sure it would have found a way through.
Justin, high pop. Victorious, well-timed challenge. Justin does get that first demo of the game. Appjack stealing the corner boost. This ball finds its way to him. We've seen a couple touches by Gen.G which get launched right back at their net. That one, fortunately for Gen.G, didn't result in an immediate goal,
beautiful.
but it might result in a late goal. You can see Stizzy trying to work every possible angle.
You love to see that patience from Stizzy, though. You know, you realize that, hey, here's a chance to get in the bag, really throw a lot of stuff at the defense, see what sticks, and finally the attack breaks through. Apparently Jack from the right side.
And this is a tough shot to be able to get so much power on. He's shooting across his body, even keeps it high. There was no one back in net, but it was a great shot from Appjack.
I mean, that's why a player like Appjack gets to stay around the competitive scene for so long. Dude grinds. He works on the basics. He says, look, I want to make sure every hit I take is square. I get the power on it. Doesn't matter what angle it is. Put the work in. You can deliver in a seemingly difficult situation and make it look routine. Yeah,
from game theory all the way down to fundamentals. Apparently, Jack, one of the best in the game. Jorius pushing it up and over Justin. Cheese is there to lend a helping hand, but it's possession back out for Stizzy, who's going to push it up off the ceiling. Wanted to go for another touch, maybe off the backboard, but ball back in the hands of Dignitas as they keep this attack going. Gen.G is in Defense Simulator 2025.
Yeah, you are seeing Dignitas start to realize, oh, okay, we know where they're going to clear the ball. It doesn't really feel like Gen.G picking the best places to get the ball out to safety, because it's starting to feel like it's launching straight into the Dignitas waiting arms at the midfield line, and now they're just kind of poking and prodding and saying, save this one. Okay, save that one. And it feels like only a matter of time before Gen.G stretch themselves a little too thin.
Exactly what we saw happen on the Appjack goal. Eventually wearing down the Gen.G defense, letting Appjack shoot on that undefended net. But now we see Gen.G on a dribble. Cheese, though, demoed from behind again. A situation of Gen.G taking too much time that they don't have. And then the mechanics by Stizzy punish them.
And you got to let Stizzy go to work. I mean, he's been showing since the start of Game 3, hey, the solo game is feeling good for me. Give me the ball. I mean, he doesn't force the challenge because Appjack says, I'm going to hit him. He says, great, I'll let him keep dribbling. And he turns around, turns in a great 1v1 goal.
It was a beautiful goal. And that aspect of the game seems to be missing from Gen.G right now. An individual mechanical play yielding the goal. Oh, a lot of the whifty-whifties, as Jorby would say. The domino effect of the miss. Stizzy with enough boost to do some damage here, Jeeves.
Enough to do some work, and another chance in the second opportunity from Justin on the line turns into a save. Apparently Jack. A lot of room in his own half, gets through one. Decent challenge from Magic Bear, but still some work to be done, and thankfully a helping hand rotating back through. But 47 on the clock. I mean, Gen.G feels like, you know, last spark kind of gone out a little bit, because even now, you know, down 2, it doesn't feel like they're in position, able to really go take the fight to dig. It's still just Dignitas saying, yep, now that we know we've got you where we want you, everything's on target, forcing Gen.G on the back foot. You got to make a save. You got to rotate back. We're not going to give you the opportunity to find some room to work with.
Gen.G has just been stuck in their own half a majority of this game. Magic Bear trying to go for a bump, but even then Stizzy beats out the touch, and Stizzy still on the ball. In these final seconds, ticking away this last game routine, it felt like Gen.G needed to win that last game. They gave it up in the final seconds. And then in Game 3, Dignitas puts the series on cruise control and flies right by Gen.G.
Great show from Dignitas here. You wanted to go out and take care of business, you absolutely did it. And more importantly, I mean, they did it in great style. Game one, it's exactly what they wanted. Kind of this very cautious, feel each other out, you come away with a win. Game two, the real telling story though. You're down 0-2, you find a way to come back and win it. Game three begins, shut them down. Locked in. Great show from Dignitas, well deserved.
Yes, Stizzy had some good goals, but for me, the MVP had to be apparently Jack. Let's go hear what more Fancy has to say.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I will grab Jorius right now.